Alright guys, welcome to this page of the notes. We're just going to keep going with the same theme we've been doing, parallel and perpendicular lines. But now one more thing I'm going to ask you to do I didn't ask you to do previously. Let's take a look at the question. Find the equation, there it is, in standard form. Previously I did not ask you to write the equation in standard form. You guys were able to stop when you got to slope-intercept. But now I'm going to ask you to keep going past that. So we'll go ahead and we'll work on that when we get to it. Let's keep reading. Standard form of a line that passes through, well, there we go. We've got a point. We've had a point in every one of these problems, so that's nothing new. Oh, look at that. Parallel. So what that tells me is that my lines must have the same slope. All right, I'm going to have the same slope. Oh, good news. I have given you an equation already in slope-intercept form, so that makes this nice and easy. There's my slope. Sorry, I drew right over it. Come on, Lawrence. Here we go. Boom. There we go. 3. This is going to be your slope, which is a positive 3. Hey, let's go ahead and graph this line. I'm going to be at -7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That puts me right down here. And my slope is a positive 3. That means up 1 to the right. I'm sorry, up 1. Up 3, rise of 3, and a run of 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1. Hey, that works so well. What about going the opposite direction? Well, if I went down 3 and back 1, a -3 over a -1 is still a positive 3. So it should work. 1, 2, 3, back 1. Look at that. It does work. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and draw a line through all these points. Make sure you extend your line all the way through your coordinate plane, putting arrows on the ends so that I know you know that that line just keeps going in both directions. All right, here we go. It's time to answer our question then. I want you to write the line that is parallel to this guy and passes through the point -2, -3. Okay. Slide this over a little bit so that you can see what I'm working on. And here we go. I'm going to have y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. Well, remember my slope was 3. Since they're parallel lines, I need the same slope, and I have this point right here. So watch your signs. It's going to be y minus a -3 is equal to 3 times x minus, watch your signs, a -2. Let me go ahead and clean those signs up because I got a bunch of negatives flying around all over the place and they're going to drive me nuts. So y plus 3, because negative times negative would be positive, equals 3 times the quantity x, and a positive or a negative times a negative would be a positive, so plus 2. Fantastic. Now I can go ahead and distribute my 3 through the parentheses. Y plus 3 is equal to 3x plus 6. Subtract the 3 to the other side, and y is equal to 3x. I'm going to have a positive 6 minus 3. How about a plus 3? All right, this is the line that I'm going to graph. The problem is this is in slope-intercept form, and that's not what I asked you for. I asked you for standard form. Let's go ahead and graph it first, then we'll come back and take care of standard form. So here we go. Let me pull my graph back up over here. I know that I need to have a y-intercept, a positive 3. 1, 2, 3 right there. My slope is also positive 3, so that's up 3. 1, 2, 3 over 1, or down 3 and back 1. 1, 2, 3, back 1. Good enough. Let me draw a line through those points. Make sure you extend your line all the way through the graph. And those should look like parallel lines that will never intersect each other. That's because they have the exact same slope. But I didn't quite finish the problem, so let's go on back and finish this guy up. Here we go. This is slope-intercept form, and I want standard form. All right, not a problem. I need to get, remember, to be in standard form, it's ax plus by. That means this 3x needs to come over here. Well, excuse me. Since it's a positive 3x, I'll need to subtract it to the other side. All right, then I got to check to see if I have any problems. Remember, A, the leading coefficient must be positive. It must be positive and it must be a whole number, which means it can't be negative. Oops. And it can't be a fraction. Hey, we're good. But let's take care of our oopsies. So this can't be a negative number. Well, how do I make it positive? That's easy. Multiply everybody by a negative. We just change everybody's sign. Whoop. Right. There we go. And this, oh, all right. Let's try again. Positive 3x minus y is equal, oh wow, negative 3. I'm really sorry about that, guys. For some reason, my pen is acting crazy. Now, this is our standard form. My a is both positive and it is a whole number, so we're good there. And that gets you your standard form. I've graphed my equations and we're all set. Let's flip over to the next page and try another one. All right, here's what they've done for you on the next page. Once again, just like in the last one, the twist is we need to write our answer in standard form. I need to write the answer in standard form for a line passing through. Awesome, they've given me a point. Aha. Perpendicular. So what I know is I need the negative reciprocal, negative recip of whatever the slope is I've been given. And I've been given this equation in standard form. All right, guys, we have a ton of work to do here. First, I need to get this in slope-intercept form to find my slope. Then I need to graph this line. Once I know the slope of this line, I'm going to take that slope, find the negative reciprocal of it, then use it to find my perpendicular line. It'll be in slope-intercept form, so I'll be able to graph it, but then I'm going to need to go further than that and put it into standard form. Buckle up. This problem's a lot of work. Here we go. Hopefully my pen makes it through. Let's see what happens. 2x. I'll write slow. 2x minus 3y. All right. In order to put this in slope-intercept form, I need to solve for y. So negative 3y is equal to a minus 2x plus 6. Okay, let's keep going. Divide everybody by negative 3. Y is going to be equal to, if I take a negative 2 divided by a negative 3, the negative signs will cancel each other out, and I'm left with 2/3. So I have 2/3 x. Then if I have a positive 6 divided by a negative 3, positive 6 divided by a negative 3, well, that would be a minus 2. Minus 2. So far the pen's hanging in there. All right, here is my slope. And let's go ahead and graph this line. Negative 2, 1, 2. And my slope is 2/3. That's up 2 and to the right 3. Or I could go down 2 and back 3. Draw a line connecting your dots. Make sure you extend your line all the way through the coordinate plane, adding arrows on the ends so that I know you know that that line continues going to infinity. All right, we've taken care of all of that. Now I need to write my perpendicular line, which means that I need a slope that is a negative reciprocal. Well, the slope of the line I was given was 2/3. I need to make it negative. There you go. And I need to flip it. Well, 2/3 flipped would be 3/2. All right, here we go. Y minus y1, writing slow so that my pen keeps up with me. Okay, my slope is going to be a negative 3/2. X is, oh, sorry, that's an x1. There it is. X1 is going to be a 2. Y1 is going to be a -1. Let's plug all that stuff in. So here we go. I'm going to have Y. Watch your signs. Y minus a -1. Hang on, my pen, it's not doing it. It's not doing it. It's not keeping up. All right, my point is 2, -1 again, right? Remember, 2, -1. Here we go, 2, -1. If I ask you, let me know, because I forgot. Short-term memory. It's like a goldfish. All right, y minus a -1 is equal to -3/2. All right, I think I got that right. Here we go. Let's go ahead and do our algebra. Negative of a negative means I have y plus 1. So I'm going to have y plus 1 is equal to, distribute my 3/2 through. -3/2 times x is going to be a minus 3/2 x. Oh, look at how pretty this works out. -3/2 x times a -2. Those minus signs will cancel each other out. Those 2's will cancel each other out, leaving me with a positive 3. That is so nice. Subtract the 1 to the other side. Y is equal to -3/2 x. I'll have a plus 3 minus 1. Well, that's a plus 2. All right, let's go ahead and graph this. I now have it in slope-intercept form. There's my y-intercept. There is my slope. So I'm going to go positive 2. 1, 2 right there. There's my y-intercept at positive 2. I now have -3/2. That means I either go down 3 and to the right 2, or I can go up 3 and back 2. Either way, same thing. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2. Awesome. There's that point right there. Let me do another one. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Cool, cool. Or I could go up 3 and back 2. 1, 2, 3, back 2. Cool. Actually, that works so well. Let me do another one. Cool. Draw my line. Continue your line all the way through the coordinate plane, putting arrows on the ends so that I know you know that line just keeps going. There we go. Those should be perpendicular lines. They should be 90 degrees to each other because my slopes are negative reciprocals, but I'm not quite done yet. They asked me to put this equation in standard form, so let's go do it. I told you this was a long problem. I wasn't kidding. Here we go. I'm now going to put this guy right here into standard form. In order to do that, it needs to be ax plus by is equal to c. This x needs to come over here. Let's add it to that side. I'm going to have 3/2 x plus y is equal to 2. All right, now that I have it in standard form, I got to check to make sure that my leading coefficient is okay. It can't be negative. It can't be a fraction. Well, it's definitely a positive number, but uh-oh, I have a fraction. Well, we can get rid of the fraction. Because I have division by 2, I'll get rid of that by multiplying everybody by 2. Well, if I multiply this guy by 2, they cancel out. Leaves me with 3x. If I multiply this guy by 2, there's a 1 in front of there. Don't forget your implied 1. And 1 times 2 is, of course, 2. So plus 2y is equal to. And then I got to multiply this by 2, and 2 times 2 would be 4. And there you go. Standard form. Yikes. Hopefully you can read that. I don't want to take up any more time. This problem was really, really long. This is your standard form. Thank you for joining me for this set of notes in these video lessons. At this point, you should be very comfortable with writing equations, writing the equation for a line, and writing the equation for a parallel or perpendicular line. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you guys next time.